fresh off the G5 jet. I'm on my way to a brand new kit. Yeah. Woo.
I just need my space right now.
Fresh off the G5 jet. I'm on my way to a brand new kit.
Welcome back, eSIMstudios YouTube channel. Today's live stream is on March 25th, 2026. I had to take a look down to see what day it was. I've been so busy today. Lose track of time a little bit. You know how it goes. Appreciate everybody for joining us today. Gonna talk about the new Z Wide Fold. I have to catch myself. Z Wide Fold. Highly anticipated foldable from Samsung. We finally got the leak today of, I guess this is the official leak. We've always kind of wondered what it looks like. Well, we now know. And we got a couple other things to talk about. And if we have a decent amount of people in here today, we'll do a giveaway. Now, I have S20. I know some didn't upgrade to the S26 Ultra. Some did. If you do have an S26 Ultra, you're definitely going to want to subscribe to the channel. I got a ton of cases to give away. I'm trying to give them away to y'all. Now, I don't typically have, well, I don't really have that many ads and or in-stream ads that I do, or video. It kind of sucks with some of these videos. Even if you pay for YouTube Premium, you know, you'll be watching a video. I have Premium. I hate ads. And it sucks because even when you're watching a video, the creator will implement his own ads into the video where you can't skip it. Well, I guess you can double tap to go forward 10 seconds. I'm guilty of that. But point is, I don't do that to y'all. But in return, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and hype it up. You know, there's that new little hype button under there. Do those 3 things for me, and I'll try to push off the in-video ads for as long as possible. If you can, in return, do that favor for me, I would appreciate it. Let's see here. Let me turn on a tiny bit background music. Not a lot, but just a little bit. Okay. So, I just filmed 2 videos. One is uploading right now. It's the quick share to AirDrop feature that was just added to the S26 Ultras today, this morning. So Samsung released the March security patch for S26, S26 Plus, and S26 Ultra. And if you don't have it, wait a day or so. Usually Samsung is, unfortunately, I know they're trying to be like Apple with each day that moves forward. But one thing they have not copied Apple on is the update. So normally Apple, when they send out an iOS update, it hits all iPhones like that second, right? Samsung, same thing with Google Pixel, Android, usually takes a few days to hit all the devices. I was fortunate enough to get the update. All of our devices here got the update this morning, which is good news because I heard US was not going to get it like on day one. I heard it was going to be South Korea, their home market, and a couple other markets. Well, that was yesterday, and I was like, well, shit, how long is this going to take to reach us, right? Well, I got it this morning on day 2. So, and obviously I'm in the United States, so if you have an S26 Ultra and you live in the US, check for updates. This March security patch includes AirDrop compatibility. I just recorded a video, and it's currently uploading right now. I'll walk you through how to do it. It's backwards compatible. You can do Samsung to iPhone, iPhone to Samsung, or you can do Samsung to iPad, or iPad to Samsung, or you can do Samsung to MacBook and vice versa, MacBook to Samsung. So it's pretty cool. Now, it's only available for the S26 series. Sucks, but it is what it is. It'll eventually come to S25 Ultra, S25 series, S24 series. The same thing with Pixel. Pixel, it's only on the Pixel 10, not on the 9, not on the 8. Hopefully, I wish they would just open it up, like, really. Because I know a lot of y'all did not upgrade to the S26 Ultra. Now, it sucks. So anyways, I uploaded a video on that. We're getting that going. And then I did another case review. I already put it away, but I did a Rinky case review. I think it's a new case. The ALS, ALLES. Never heard of it. Never seen it before. I think this is a new model in their case lineup. Uploading right now. So after this is done, I'll publish those two videos, and we'll do a. I have a lot more case reviews to do. I've been slacking a little bit, so tomorrow I'm going to try to record a few of them. But we're going to do case reviews. Again, we have a decent amount of people in here. And if you don't have an S26 Ultra, I guess I can give you a choice, right? If you win, you can either take the case. And look, even if you don't have the S26 Ultra, you can still accept it and then sell it, right? On Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, Mercari. But if you don't want it, no harm, no foul. We can do a Amazon e-gift card I can send to you, or Cash App if you're in the US. Let's pull up. Oh yes, the Oppos. Is Oppo actually coming to US Canada market like OnePlus is? Thank you. I appreciate you joining us today. I have not seen you here, so thank you. Let me answer that question. OnePlus is actually removing itself from the US and Canada market. So a quick recap, those 3 videos I put out in the last 2 days, I put out one video that says Oppo's coming to the global market. I put out one video where it's stating OnePlus is removing itself from the global market. And then I put an update video out in regards to essentially why OnePlus is removing itself from the global market. So OnePlus is only going to be, and this is starting next month. Like, this is not going to be in the third quarter or at the end of the year. No, it's like in a week. It said April, and we're a week away. So it's going to happen pretty quick. So OnePlus is only going to be available in China and India. But here's the catch, because even I thought this, and I know some of y'all are going to think this. Well, if you still really, really love OnePlus and you really, really want to get the OnePlus 16 or even the new OnePlus 15T, the real small flagship model, just it's a carbon copy of the OnePlus 15, just miniature sized. So here's the issue you're going to run into. The flagship models are only going to be released in China. The India models are only going to offer budget phones. Budget phones only. So the flagships are only going to be in China. Now here's the kick. Here's the kicker. The ones in China, there's not going to be an Oxygen OS version that you can flash. Like if you were thinking, well, I'll just buy the OnePlus 16 on Giztop and then I'll get it in or have them flash the global ROM on it. All is good, right? No, because there will not be a global ROM version of the OnePlus 16. It's only going to come with ColorOS, the Chinese version, ColorOS. So you're stuck with the Chinese ColorOS. And the bands are not going to be, the 5G bands in the phone are not going to be compatible with the US market. So it's essentially, that's it for OnePlus. The OnePlus 15 is the last flagship. And again, this is happening pretty quick. So all the retailers are going to sell the remaining stock and they're not getting any more. So pretty quick. Now, yes, it is true. Oppo is coming to the United States. Oppo is coming to Canada. I confirmed that yesterday. So what I'm trying to hammer out the details on is seeing if Oppo is going to bring all 3 other flagship models to the US and or Canada or the global market, right? Because they're bringing the Find X9 Ultra. That was officially announced. And then I'm trying to get confirmation from them to make sure that they're also bringing the X9 Pro and X9. It's kind of like the S26 series. You got S26, S26 Plus, and S26 Ultra. So yes, they will be coming to Canada. They will be coming to the United States. And again, will be next month. So should be available to purchase from an Oppo website, an official United States or Canada Oppo website. I emailed OnePlus today. So I emailed OnePlus. I DM'd them across all social medias and emailed all the contact information I have for OnePlus to try and get a representative of OnePlus, somebody in the marketing department for OnePlus, somebody that is employed by OnePlus to come to the channel and let me interview them. Or not, yeah, I guess it would be an interview, but simply ask questions. And here's the main thing I want to ask, because I think OnePlus owes it to all of its users and customers, is the number one question I'm getting in regards to those couple of videos that I just mentioned a minute ago. There's a lot of users that have a OnePlus device that currently are using it, and they want to know, will their device continually be updated, right? Because when the OnePlus 15 came out, it's supposed to have guaranteed, what was it, 5 years software update, 6 years of security. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But now that they're stepping back, does that mean they're going to take a step back on updates? It better not, because I looked into it this morning. But I just want them to come on to the channel, and I'm going to at them in this video, but I want OnePlus to come to the channel and reassure all of its users, all of its customers, that I want to hear, yes, we will continue to support these devices. Now, when that article came out a couple of months ago that OnePlus is dismantling, they didn't put a press release out and say, yeah, we're still going to support. They denied their rumors, and of course they're going to deny the rumors. Why would they confirm, oh yeah, we're falling apart? That would cripple their sales. So of course they're not going to say that article was true. Well, it definitely was, right? But I think they need to reassure their customers that, yes, we're still going to push monthly updates, and we're still going to issue 5 more years of software updates and 6 years of security. Now, I looked into this. By law, legally they have to. Legally they have to, because under the Google's manufacturer update policy, I looked it up, read the whole thing. By law, they have to. Now, what if they don't? Well, Google can file suit against them, basically sue them, and Google can also pull their sister brand's Android verification. Like when you have any Android device, I got a bunch of them here. I was trying to single one out. All the Android devices, when you do a reboot, we have a Samsung logo, but then it has the little Android logo in the bottom, powered, what does it say? Powered by Android. That's officially licensed Android operating system product, right? So if OnePlus backs out of future updates, Google can obviously sue them, as we mentioned, but also threaten to pull official Android licensing from other sister products, meaning if BBK, the parent company of OnePlus and Oppo, let's say OnePlus stops doing updates, right? But they continually update their Oppo brand in phones. Well, Google can come back to them and say, look, you signed this agreement that you're going to update this model for X number of years. And if you don't do that, we're going to pull your Android verification on all of your Oppo products. So by law, they have to. But, is everything 100%? It's kind of leave stuff up in the air when something like this happens. It's not often it does happen. That's why everybody has questions. And I get it. Even I had to look into it this morning. I was like, what if they did just stopped updating phones? Like, what would happen? Well, legally they have to. So we'll see. But that's why I reached out to OnePlus, and I don't know if they're going to answer my replies. Who knows? But it's worth a shot, right? It's worth a shot. Now, I also saw online today on some social media. I guess people don't believe me. I don't know. Like, they're like, well, how do you know Oppo's coming to the US? Where's the proof? And I was like, dude, I just did a video on it. They're like, well, where does Oppo say that? And I said, well, they didn't put out a press release. Like, their CEO, the Oppo CEO, put a tweet out yesterday announcing it. So I just sent them a link, a timestamp link to my video, and said, here you go. There's the proof. The CEO said it. He's the one that calls the shots for the company. They're coming to the US. And he said in April. So that's next month. I'm excited. Look, I understand it for OnePlus users. It sucks. But somebody asked me today, hey, I was literally going to buy the phone. I was saving up this week and was going to buy the phone next week, a OnePlus 15. Should I still get it? And I replied, yes. Like, it's still, just because they're removing themselves from the global market, and more specifically the United States, doesn't mean that it's going to be a bad phone. It doesn't mean it's going to go from a really badass phone, oh man, to a phone that sucks. It doesn't work like that. Again, legally, they're still supposed to update these devices, and the OnePlus 15 is a badass device. So yeah, if you have one, I wouldn't immediately rush to go out and sell it. And if you're thinking about getting one, that's still a viable option, right? They're still bound by laws that they have to not only provide updates but service it as well. If you have any warranty issues, they're supposed to cover that. So just get the phone if you want, if you're thinking about buying it. And if you already have one, enjoy it. And then down the road, a year from now, 2 years from now, 6 months from now, like me, whenever you want to upgrade. I don't think it's something that, look, it's bad news. Yes, it sucks. It's bad news. But it doesn't mean that you should just stop enjoying their products. You see what I'm saying? Like, just use it and enjoy it. And then when time comes around for your next phone, then think about getting your next phone. However, Oppo has me very excited, because it's like the OnePlus 15, but even better. If you can even imagine that, right? Because it's way up there as far as, man, it's a joy to use. And the Oppo X9 Pro and X9 Find X9 Find, I got all this, yeah, a lot of devices going through my head. The Oppo Find X9 Pro and Find X9 Ultra are photography masters. Like, as good as the OnePlus 15 is, and it was not shitty by any means, and I don't know how it even got that reputation of being a bad camera. It's not a bad camera, the OnePlus 15. It's pretty good. Is it the best? No, but Oppo's the best. So you're going to get a fantastic point and shoot experience with these Oppo phones. I'm very excited. I will be getting one. What's going on, A-Dub? I appreciate you joining me today. It's even better to get international ColorOS on the OnePlus phones. Yes, and that was another question that came up, and we'll move on. But thank you for bringing that up, because here's how I think they're going to do it. I think they're going to release a global version of ColorOS, right? And I've talked to a few people behind the scenes, and well, I've used ColorOS, but I've only used the Chinese version ColorOS. If they implement a global ColorOS, which I think they're going to do, again, Oxygen OS I think is out the door. I think it's only going to be on the OnePlus devices, and those are kind of going away. I think it's going to be, from what I hear, it's even better. So look, again, good news, bad news. Bad news sucks. Good news is we have a lot to look forward to. And thank God they're bringing these phones to the US market. They kind of threw us a bone, right? But here's some good news with the bad news, right? We're getting a better product. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, it's freaking awesome. Thanks for the heads up on updated US. Yes, and again, should be available next month. So this is not like plans for next year or you know, sometime in the future, or oh, on the next flagship it'll be available. No, it's going to be available next month. I mean, I'm going to subscribe to the channel. I'm going to keep an eye on this when they're available, what models, what storage variants, what colors, what the ROM is going to be. Stay tuned, because theoretically on April 1st they could, boom, activate the US website and they're up for sale. So I'm going to be checking as soon as April 1st hits. I'm going to be all over this. So hopefully I hope they sell the white one here. God, it's such a nice looking phone. Yeah, I heard the Reno series is their only phone that they sell globally right at the moment. Obviously in April 1st that'll change, but those look really cool. It's kind of like an iPhone clone, but they look nice. I actually like the way they look, and they take pretty good pictures too, from what I understand. Yeah, I have those videos out. Just go through click on my icon underneath the video, and it'll pull up my YouTube channel page, and then go over to the videos section, and then it'll be second, third, fourth video. I just put 3 out in the last 2 days that breaks down everything that you need to know. When you are 8.5 old S25 Ultra, I know, me too. Where is mine? Right here. Yep, me too. Hopefully they get the AirDrop compatibility to these things quick. S25 FE already got the March update? No kidding. Wow, that's quick. Damn. Still waiting on the S24 Ultra March. Should be within the next day or so. I mean, Samsung have gone from one. Yeah, you can say that. The wide fold looks hot. Yes, it does. Let's jump into that, because that's something I wanted to get to. Another good-looking device. I'm gonna hold my rant here for just a second. Let me pull this up on the screen here, so I have an image of it. Let me get it up here. I was in such a hurry, I just went live. I need to upload these videos and pictures into StreamYard before I go live. Hang on. I'm gonna load the official image of what we got, and then I'm gonna load some mock-ups of what it probably will look like, meaning like when it's closed, the size difference between the Galaxy Z Fold 7. I'm gonna load some of these pictures that I used on a previous video. Looks pretty cool. Just a size comparison between the two. All right, so let me load one more. All right, I think we're good. Let me remove the comment section here on the screen, because of my graphic will be it'll be blocking it. So we'll activate that here in just a second. So we'll just start with the official image right off of the bat. So this is the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold Wide, or Samsung Galaxy Z Wide Fold. I don't know what. Look, we don't know what the hell they're going to call this thing. But it looks like, there we go. Excuse me. Looks pretty cool. Now, it's weird because it looks like it's an image that the dimensions are not correct. Like, it looks like an image that's stretched out. And that's what I actually thought. I was like, damn, it looks like the dimensions are not right, or it looks weird, right? So I actually thought I jacked up the dimension when loading it into Canva and making my thumbnail, and then while I was doing that, I was like, damn, I jacked up the dimensions. And then I went back and I'm like, nah, the dimensions are right. Is that what it really looks like? And I went back, double cross-referenced online on some other publications, and I was like, no, that's what it looks like. It looks like it's stretched out, but that's kind of how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be stretched out. This is not your typical Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7. This is a newer, kind of the opposite, where the Z Fold 7 looks like a regular phone, right? The Z Fold 7 looks like kind of like a regular phone that just opens up. So it's real tall. It looks like this. It's like real tall and wide, right? Z Fold 7 essentially is two phones like this that open up like that, right? That's what a Z Fold 7 looks like. Something like that. It just opens up. This, the Z Wide Fold, is going to be the opposite. So it's going to almost look like the OG Pixel Fold. So I have an image of what it'll look like next to the OG Pixel Fold on the left, the new Z Wide Fold in the center, and the Galaxy Z Fold 7 on the right. Now, when the original Pixel Fold came out, I wanted to get that. I've always been a foldable fan. I've had all the flips. In fact, I'm using a flip right now as my webcam. But I've never gotten a fold and the book style opening up. And the reason why is because I just haven't found one that I like, quite frankly. And it all comes down to personal preference, but it's too weird. Like, I don't want to open it up into a vertical style. The whole screen, it's just weird, right? I think they're onto something with this wide fold. I can see this wide fold eventually outselling the traditional Fold 7 style, the book style, because it opens up into a more traditional screen, like a TV screen, like a 16:9. It's not 16:9 aspect ratio, but it's more close to a 16:9 ratio, and it's more, looks similar to a smaller tablet. I think that'll be more appealing. You will be more used to when you open it up, the wide fold compared to the traditional Fold 7 style. I wanted to get the original Pixel Fold, but it was too new at that time. And look, typically I don't get the very first product when they put them out, regardless if it's, remember when Pixel put out this Fold in 2023, they look cool, but they always seem to have an issue or two that comes up after they sell a bunch of them, and that they didn't initially think of or plan for when they were designing them, you know? Now, there's always a kink or two that they have to iron out for the second generation, typically, and that doesn't just go for phones, that goes for cars, for freaking, I don't know, dishwashers, you know what I'm saying, right? There's always something that pops up that they didn't think of during R&D when they were designing it. Well, I'm going to fight myself with this one because this wide fold looks awesome. I can see this outselling, as I mentioned, the traditional folds. Now, why is Samsung going this route? Well, unfortunately, it's because they love to copy Apple. Let's be honest. Samsung loves to copy Apple, and with Apple coming out with their new foldable iPhone, it's going to look very similar to this. However, I think the iPhone Fold looks freaking hideous. Ugly. Do I have a picture of that? It looks bad. It looks really bad. And I think Samsung, for once, I can't think of any other thing they've copied Apple from, whether it being the stupid liquid glass. They're kind of implementing one or two things into each new version of One UI. I don't want them to copy a liquid ass, but they copied the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro and or 4 Pro with AirPods. Didn't like that. Now they're starting to copy Apple with this stupid foldable. However, this is the first copycat design that I actually like better than the original Apple product. Let me see if I can pull that up, because if you have not seen it, It's pretty hideous. I don't have it. Let me pull it up here. Pulling it up right now. Boy, is it ugly. Look at this. What the hell is that? That's supposed to be an iPhone? Huh? That's ugly. That's similar design, similar aspect ratio. It's just the I don't. They tried to copy the iPhone Air look on there, but man, it looks bad. I'm not a fan of it. It looks from the front like the right graphic. Can you see my mouse? Yeah. This one right here looks like the OG Pixel Fold, and I'm not a big fan of, see how the screen is rounded here, but there's a sharp 90-degree angle where the metal is. Not a big fan of that. Also, the back just looks too, man, I don't know. I think that this new Samsung Galaxy Z wide fold, and what are they going to call it? I would like an official name because it is tripping me up every time my brain's pulling that memory to spit the name out. I always get it jacked up. That looks better. That looks like the back of the S25 Edge, right? 2 sensors, whatever. Could be worse. Do prefer 3, but the iPhone Fold only has 2. So, look, we don't know. Oh, do we know? I thought specs were leaked just the other day. Hang on. Let's find out. Because I was going to say, well, I wonder what sensor they're putting on the back of there. I don't know if they're putting the 200 megapixel that the S26 series, S26 Ultra has. But I could have sworn I saw specs the other day. Let's see. Let's find out. Samsung Galaxy Z wide fold specs. Let's go over to the news section. This is going to dominate the news section because the leaks came out, or the official renders came out today. But I could have sworn I saw batteries. What is this? Maybe not. Maybe that was something else. Oh, you know what that was? Duh. That was the Samsung Galaxy. Told you. Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 8 battery specs came out. They're going to bump up the battery a little bit more. Still too small, in my opinion. And they're going to give it slightly faster charging. But it's essentially going to be the same phone. So they're going to refresh the Galaxy Fold 7 to a Galaxy Fold 8 with a slightly larger battery and a little faster charging. But they're going to introduce this thing. Now, I may be wrong, but I hope Samsung does not limit the number that they produce. Meaning, you know how for the trifold, they only manufactured like a couple 100,000 of them and they sold out like that. I'm hoping Samsung actually manufactures more of these. I want to say they had a target of 1 million right off of the bat. I'm thinking with this thing, I'm thinking they might sell more. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I would rather get this wide fold than the Z Fold 8. I mean, it looks better, in my opinion. The aspect ratio is better. I really like this thing. Now, I think the Z Fold 8 will have one more camera sensor, right? But whatever. I don't know the price. However, I believe they're expected to be launched when does Samsung do its foldables in July? So coming up here in a few months, I think this is going to be available in July with the Z Flip 8 and Z Fold 8. Now, worst case scenario, they could announce it like have a, you know how they get up on stage and they have the stupid videos or graphics behind them. They did, what did they do with the S25 Edge, where they launched the S25 series, S25 Ultra, S25 Plus, S25. Oh, by the way, look at our new product, the S25 Edge. And at the end of this little 5-minute video, they say available in a few months. You know, and you're like, a few months? What the hell? They could do that with this. I don't know where they're at in. I don't know if they started production of these. I don't know. Worst case scenario, it's probably available in, let's see, when would it be? Maybe September, July, what is it? August, September, October, somewhere around September, October. I know they want to stay clear of Apple's, because here's the thing, Apple's going to launch their new foldable in September. Now Apple's doing a staggered release. Remember, they're only going to launch the iPhone 18 Pro, iPhone 18 Pro Max, and iPhone Fold in September, and they're going to do their base models, the base model and the Plus, in 6 months after that. They're going to go there. They move to a staggered launch. So if Apple's releasing, and you know these Apple people, they're gonna go, their brains are gonna explode over this new iPhone Fold. They're gonna sell a gazillion of them. I just know how Apple users are, right? It may look ugly as hell, but people are gonna buy it, right? They just are, because it's something new and it's the biggest and best product, most expensive product. Well, Samsung's not gonna dare release their new wide fold in or around the same month as Apple's releasing theirs, because let's face it, they would get crushed in sales and everybody would compare the sales, and so I think you would see either Sam's, if it's not coming out in July with all the other foldables, it's going to probably be released, I bet, in August, 1 month later, or in October. Kind of seems a little, kind of sucks, right? Couple months after that, but look, for as much as they copy Apple, well, shit, at this point I'm starting to question a lot of people in the industry, a lot of these companies, because a lot of these companies, I don't know what the hell they're doing. Like, a lot of them are head scratchers, like, why do they do that, you know, or why can't they do this? We'll have to wait and see. I don't have a lot of faith in some of these companies, so we'll see. Well, it looks cool. It looks cool. I would like to get one. We don't know price. We don't know. Look, they could put an Exynos 2600 in there. Would that disappoint y'all if it had the Exynos 2600 instead of the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5? We don't really know which way they're going on specs. I think it's pretty much guaranteed that they're going to have 12 gigs of RAM, probably base 256 storage, probably a 512 variant. We don't know if it's going to have the 200 megapixel sensor in there. You would expect Samsung to put their best spec products, sensors that they have in these expensive phones, but a lot of the times they don't. Again, head scratcher. I would like to see the 200 megapixel sensor, main shooter, in there. The same sensor that's in the S26 Ultra, that lets in the modified 200 megapixels main sensor that brings in the 30% more light. I would like to see that in this, and I would also like to see the 50 megapixel sensor, the ultra wide. Isn't it the 50 megapixel ultra wide? I would like to see that in there as well. What else would I like to see? Wireless charging. Will it have S Pen support? I have no freaking clue. I hope they do, but the route that they're going with the Fold series, that's another thing why I don't want to get one anymore, is because I use my S Pen a lot. Like, I want a device I can use the S Pen with, right? So I would like to see it have S Pen support. Battery size, I don't know. I was gonna say at least 5,000 milliampere hours, but where they've gone with the Fold 7 and Fold 8, I'm not sure 5,000 milliampere hour battery is gonna do it in this thing. But a price tag again, don't know. Probably gonna start out at around $2,000, I'm assuming. So we'll just have to wait and see. But do you like that design? I think most people are gonna like it. I really do. It looks cool. Hey, what's up, man? About ready to do a giveaway here. You're disappointed from Samsung that became more Apple oriented instead of customer oriented. Definitely looking for the change in ecosystem to Oppo. Yeah, you know what's cool about Oppo too? And I think but see here's the thing. I use my, well, I guess I could change my buds. I'm saying I've used Galaxy buds ever since I bought in Bluetooth earbuds. I could make the switch though. I think I could do it too. I was looking on their website. They have tablets, they got watches, they got earbuds, they got everything. Oh, here's the other cool thing. Oppo actually has prepares their products better to Apple than what Samsung does. Even before this stupid quick share to AirDrop update that we've been waiting on for years, Oppo has been able, and OnePlus have been able to file share with iOS devices for years. Now, question, I don't know. I'm not an Oppo user. Do they have laptops? You know, Samsung has the Samsung Galaxy Book, or whatever the hell they call it, which kind of sucked, by the way. At least the last one I used, it sucked. It overheated like as soon as you turn it on. Do they have, I wonder if they have another sister company that puts out laptops. Not that I want one, but just wondering, you know. I already got mine here, but it would be nice to get into the ecosystem. I'm very excited. They should, here's the other thing. When Oppo opens up the sales to the US and the rest of the world, are we going to be able to buy a watch with that? A tablet maybe? Or is it just, I mean, that may be too soon. Is it just going to be phones? I don't know. You may have to get a phone from Oppo, but you're watching a tablet from, I guess, eBay or an online retailer, which kind of sucks, but I mean, at least you're getting the main thing, the phone, straight from them, right? It looks stumpy in height, so maybe better for the pocket. It is perfect for the pocket. Check some of these. Check this out. Dude, that is awesome. That is perfect for your pocket, for your back pocket. You know, sometimes we wear jeans or even dress pants or khakis. I always put my phone in my back pocket. I'm in the habit of doing that, and I need to stop because pickpocketers. But sometimes if you have a big phone like a OnePlus 15 or a S26 Ultra, if you put your phone in your back pocket, like a good 20% of the phone is still sticking out. Normally it's with dress pants, but this thing, it'll go right in there. Looks great, man. Absolutely phenomenal. Big size difference. Look at that. Perfect. Usability, be perfect to use it in one hand. Yeah, I'm really liking this thing. Okay, so here are the projections. I knew I had the projections somewhere. They're going to produce, or they expect, let me put it that way. They expect to sell 1 million Z wide folds in the this cycle, this upcoming cycle, and 3.5 million Fold 8, Z Fold 8, which I think if we give them like maybe a year, maybe 2 at the most, I think you'll see that number flip-flopped. I don't know. It's just something about this design I think is better. It takes a while to get used to. I know when I first saw it, I'm like, what? I'm like, hell no. But then you start thinking about it, you start seeing it more. Like, yeah, I could definitely see that one being more popular. So I don't know. I think in a year or two, it's going to outsell the Fold series. Look like it won't fit in our pockets. Might have to get a special case for it. They will have tons of cases for that. Yeah, the ratio. I don't know what the ratio is. Do I have the ratio? Let's see. Here we go. Check this out. 16:10. So pretty close. I was just doing the math in my head. Pretty close. Close. That's probably the closest thing you'll be able to get to a 4:3 aspect ratio. Looks nice. Can't wait. Cannot wait. Yeah, they seem to be like a little more premium. Somebody was telling me in the comments of one of my last videos, the Oppo to OnePlus thing, the Oppo tends to be, it seems like BBK, the parent company, puts a little more focus in not craftsmanship, that was the wrong word. Maybe just more, I guess premium is the word I'm looking for. Maybe a little more premium for the Oppo phones compared to OnePlus, but I mean, we'll have to see. Yeah, and that's the other thing. I don't know what the prices are going to be. I could be, yay, Oppo's coming, and then Oppo says they're for sale, and I go to get one, and it's like $1,400, $1,500. I'm like, oh my God. I was expecting like $1,000, like a regular. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know. Stay tuned to the channel. I'll make sure that we cover price, everything when they come out. I'm gonna try and get one. You think prices are gonna be crazy? Yikes. Yeah, they're gonna have. Do they pay tariffs? Man, I've been out of the loop of this whole tariff thing. And tariffs on, tariffs off, tariffs on, tariffs off. 15%, 30%, 5%, 20%. It's like, dude, what? If I feel that way, imagine how imagine how Oppo feels, or everybody else. All right, let's do what time is it? Yeah, let me get out of here. Let's do a giveaway. So, how many of y'all have S26 Ultras? A couple, a few. I'm gonna give away. I think I'm gonna give away a. Hang on. I think I'll give away a Rinky case. Either this one, it's the Onyx Magnetic S26 Ultra Black, or there's this one, the clear one that I did the other day. And whoever wins, it'll be your option. You can either take one of these cases if you have an S26 Ultra or you want to sell it, or I'll send you a Amazon e-gift card. Or if you're in the US, even a Cash App. All right, let's do a giveaway. I think I promised to give away on our last live stream. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe. We do live stream giveaways at least once a week, maybe twice a week. So I have a lot of stuff here. I'm trying to give away because it just piles up in the corner. All right, so let's do this. While I'm gonna have y'all enter in the chat. Here's what I want y'all to enter. While I get it set up, I'll let everybody enter. Let's see, where are my banners? Let's do this. Oh shit, I need to take this off. Let's do. What do you think of the Samsung we'll get for the Fold 7 on trade-in? That's a good question. Is he Fold 7 512? I would say at least 900. Probably that. At least 900. Because if they're giving 900 for the S25 Ultra, and unfortunately they don't go by storage variants. You could have the 1 terabyte storage variant and they're only giving you one set price. So I think they'll do at least 900. That's what they did for the S25 Ultra trade-in for the S26 Ultra. So I think they'll maybe a little more, because I know the Fold 7 was more expensive than the S25 Ultra or S26 Ultra when they came out. So maybe they'll do 900, maybe they'll do 1,000, something like that, but no less than 900. That's what I think. But we'll see. Let's do this. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a very, very good point. I didn't even think about that. Samsung is doing on Apple with the Galaxy Buds 4. No real multi-point. You can use them just with Samsung devices. My OnePlus Buds or Buds, I can use with iPad, Android, and is switching automatically. Yeah, that'll be key. And again, I've never used an Oppo product. I plan on getting, so I'm getting the Nothing Phone 4a Pro. Where's my phone? Nothing. Supposed to ship it, I think, today, and I checked before the live stream. It hadn't shipped yet. But I'm going to be getting the Nothing Phone 4a Pro. Should have it here by Friday or Monday at the latest. I'm going to get some Nothing ear. I don't even know what they call them. The flagship earbuds for nothing. I like to use same earbud. I like to use, so whatever phone I'm using, I like to have the buds with them, right? Like the Galaxy Buds and the S26 Ultra, or the Nothing Phone 4a Pro and the Nothing Ear, whatever they're called. Now, if and when I get, the Oppo phone here shortly, I'm going to try to get some Oppo Buds. So I'll be really interested to see how those pair with other devices, right? Let's do this. Let's do the giveaway. I got to get out of here. So how about we do this? So enter in the chat, regardless if you're watching on vertical or if you're watching horizontal, the traditional way. I have two streams going. I think you can enter in either one of the streams, but enter hashtag gift in the chat, and whoever wins, I'll get with you when this is done, and you can have your choice of an S26 Ultra case, a Amazon e-gift card, or a Cash App, right? Let's see here. While y'all do that, enter hashtag gift. I'm gonna pull up the giveaway here. I'm trying to see if I have any other earbuds or anything I could give away. Well, we'll have to do the case right now. I do have a set of earbuds, but I don't know where they are. Well, we'll do that on the next. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll do some earbuds and a phone here. We'll give away a phone, I think, in the next month or two. Okay. I'm going to share the screen. We're going to do the giveaway tool. Let me add it to the stream. I got the stream selected here. And we'll type in hashtag gift. All right. Is everybody ready? Sweet. Let's go. Moshin Roll 507. Congratulations. New winner, I believe. I'm not sure. I've seen you win before. Congratulations to you. Please email me eSIMstudios@gmail.com. eSIMstudios@gmail.com. Be your choice. Case for your phone. And even if you don't have an S26 Ultra, if you have an S25 Ultra, I got lots of cases. If you have a Pixel, I got lots of cases. Get with me on the back end. If you want a case, I'll definitely give you a case. It's your choice. Or Amazon e-gift card I can send to you within minutes, and or a Cash App. Choice is yours. Congratulations. Now, for those of y'all that didn't win, stick around because we're gonna have many more of these. I got a lot of stuff to give away. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna really try. It's hard. Well, at least for me it is, because I got a lot going on. I'm gonna try to hammer out basically a time every day, so just say like 4 p.m. eSIMstudios is going live, right? So you can it's kind of all over the place right now, but I'm gonna try to hammer out a set time where I go live like every day or every other day. Probably every day, but whatever. Anyways, let me get out of here. Appreciate the time. Yeah, email me and we'll figure it out on the back end. But thank you very much, and stay tuned. We're gonna have a lot of Z wide-fold news and information. We're gonna have a bunch of case reviews for the S26 Ultra coming up. As I mentioned, gonna get the Nothing Phone 4a Pro here in the next few days. Case reviews for that, which sucks. The selection sucks. I don't, well, whatever. And Oppo, we're gonna have Oppo news, and I'm planning on getting a phone from them here next month. So got a lot going on. So appreciate the time, and we will see you on the next one. Don't forget, I'm gonna publish. I uploaded 2 videos. I'm gonna publish those right now. The quick share to AirDrop compatibility video, and then a Rinky case review video. So appreciate it. I'll shut up. Let me get out of here. Peace.